go from Lambeau. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Jackson looking to throw right away. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, they obviously read man coverage there, partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender. Made him
what do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And some room to maneuver. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they cut through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Rolling to his right. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and avoids the incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Edwards is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, so that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call. Kind of went reverse a little bit, threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man left side, it's the tight end Tunyon. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He'll let this go deep for Lazard. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. James Prochet deep for Baltimore. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 3-0 after one. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Jackson now. And incomplete on the deep ball.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You first see incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. On the option right is Jackson. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Now Jackson. That would complete to Prochet. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the foul now. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Hey, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Bring it out left to Dobbs. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one goes for 24 yards. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Now Jones. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 2nd and goal, Rodgers. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Crosby is good, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. Still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Packers ready to go to start in quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, it's Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. A beautiful fake. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Well, they run the option here on 1st and 10. 6 yards there on the keeper and second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Again, Jackson will keep it. Oh, he shifts past him. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper. They'll try and run the option left side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That was all Preston Smith. Navigating into the backfield, he gets the tackle for loss. Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first down, they go option to the right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. So not only the comeback, but then the pickup on the outside, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. Final minute now of the third quarter. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Good footwork at the 30. And he powers his way up past the 30.
Oftentimes we play some offense for their mobility and being able to hit people with the foot in the past. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second down, it's Edwards. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
An option handoff here to Dobbins. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. They'll run with Dobbins, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to troop a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
One more time with Dobbins. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Tucker's kick is good, and that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now the Packers get set to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. On the counter, here's Jones. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Rodgers to throw. He'll get this to Lazard. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Again, it's Jones.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Crochet on the return. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down 10-9, 1:15 remaining. And they need about 35 yards to get in range for a winner as they come up on 1st down. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Connects with Duvernay. Room here to run. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Jackson targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that